Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're thinking I forgot?
I jumped too early.
Okay, cool.
Mr. Fortnite, lead us to victory.
I've already over.
We have started.
I want you to know your shit's been going in and out. I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
Wait, why is my controller not working?
Go back inside.
That shit going in and out.
Get down.
Okay, is it working?
I'm better.
Does anybody need a purple weapon?
I need a weapon.
Okay. I'll buy a purple one.
Oh, I'll take that weapon.
I'll buy another one. Buying them off the girl.
Yeah, that's why I go here, because she has those purple weapons. But I have no gold. Fucking broke with gold.
Doesn't lie. Purpose is spent all my gold just so I can have a reason to collect gold again. They're E. I better see a 40-point game right now.
Maybe.
Maybe, nigga. Something enthusiasm on me. 40 points, nigga.
Maybe.
Nigga, humble. Nigga sound like he's so something about it.
I'll try, coach.
If you insist.
You will maybe see that. Oh.
What? Huh? Yo, that's the first of many. I'll clean up your mess, don't worry, man. Well,
Pep.
I got $100 for everything that shit.
Hello, my friend.
Oh, nigga behind Hailey. Hailey, come here. Y'all need more shit. Come over. I got the 100 pot.
You said what?
Nah, I'm saying if y'all don't got shield, then I got the 100 pot.
But bet that up.
Fuck.
I cop go vroom vroom.
Hey Siri. Set alarm for 5:30.
But why my iPad heard that nigga? Oh, not a that.
5:30.
I set your alarm for 5:30 p.m.
Thank you.
Nah, why the fuck my iPad heard that shit? But I set an alarm for 5:30. Nah. Siri, you supposed to know my voice, nigga.
Sometimes I be talking to like people. I'll be like, "Yo, are you serious?" And then the phone turn on.
Yeah, it would be triggering.
I should listen to every little thing. That's why when this nigga Robbie was talking about that kidnapping shit, I had to keep reminding that phone nigga. My name, Jordan Edward. I am not part of this kidnapping statement.
No.
Oh god, that nigga kept saying that too much. That's the trigger word.
Get off
I'm
that.
telling people, if you really bag it, bro, no one reads the terms and agreements. The feds really could actually like tap into your phone if they wanted. They really could.
Oh god.
I don't know,
seen what they're doing
nigga.
to Melly. They told that nigga Melly, yo, you shot them niggas and then you went in a bush for an hour and you called Fredo Bang to come pick you up. We know this because your location was in the bush. Your phone. Fuck.
Nigga, that's my favorite part, watching the interrogation videos and they tell them niggas exactly what they did. Seeing their reaction.
Stupid nigga. I saw
Like,
everything.
nigga, you should know, bro.
We called AT&T. Them. Oh my god, you idiot.
It's not even that. It's just technology in itself, nigga. You don't even have to call nobody, nigga. Your phone still reaches out to cell towers.
Yeah, but no, but they get that shit from them, like the carrier. Like the
Oh,
nigga's
yeah,
dumb
yeah,
enough
yeah.
to have a carrier active on his shit, and then like, bro, come on. Like,
Niggas are
your
really
mom could probably
lazy.
find that out.
Niggas are actually genuinely stupid. And not to think that you can really like use a piece of technology and think that niggas ain't catch you.
DMing niggas on Snapchat trying to think it's gonna delete them.
Nigga, I watched the video the other day. They actually called a nigga killed the bitch because they used his Snapchat information. You could actually use Snapchat. I didn't know that. I just found out the other day. I didn't think social media was like a huge thing, or Snapchat specifically, but they told that nigga that they knew exactly what geotag he used in the snap he sent to somebody. They did everything.
Stupid Melly. Apparently that boy he's found Christ. That's what I heard.
They all do.
From somebody in there, yeah. I mean, shit, what else are you gonna do? The devil
Jeffrey
got you
Dahmer.
there.
Nigga, they said Jeffrey Dahmer did the same shit. That's
You
why the
gonna
nigga
find
bodied him.
Wow.
I thought the nigga killed him in jail because apparently there was a nigga that was actually like a believer in Jesus. And Dahmer said that he believed in Jesus. That nigga he didn't cover it. He said like bullshit.
Fuck
They
you.
killed that nigga. All I know is I'm gonna be kind of if I wake up in heaven and like a Dahmer right in front of me. Keep Dahmer out there, nigga. I'm gonna have some questions.
Come on.
I had a problem with titties, Lord, and I thought I was the worst person ever. This nigga 8 people, and he here?
I was like, yeah. I watched The Chosen. That nigga got me in a strip club with them the strippers, and then he you know, give him salvation.
Nigga, I just watched the latest season. That show was so good. That show was good.
Yeah, I haven't even touched the 4th season. I was supposed to watch it with my girl, but then we broke up. So.
Nigga, you don't need her to watch it, nigga.
No. I was waiting on her. You feel me? Because like we watched it together, but I didn't want to like watch it earlier. But
The best way to watch it is because they not working with companies no more because they crowdfunded. Yeah.
Oh, trust already. What, nigga? Once I saw that shit
I
on
signed up
Netflix,
right away.
yeah, I saw a video on Twitter of him passing out the bread. I was like, yo, this looks crazy. Like all these people.
It's so good, nigga. The way they depict that shit, nigga, is so good.
Yeah, that's my favorite show right now. The show. Oh, why? Satan is a liar. You see, I'm talking about God. Look at these niggas pull up. You see what happened?
Niggas,
Niggas talking about God.
the devil's here. Okay.
Wow.
Nigga, let himself be known.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that. Get your ass out of that car. Bitch ass. Fuck out of here. Stay small.
He's trying to run me over. He's trying to do me third.
This shit. Nazi Germany.
Wow, niggas talking about Christ and look what happens. So, peace and quiet, and then that nigga. Wow, I seen it all. Listen. He's trying to run me over.
That's not like real life.
Yo, nigga, keep trying to run me over. You're not shooting. Run me over. You didn't know I was protected with the blood of Christ.
Crazy.
Nah, but that show was dead ass fun. You know what's so crazy though? I used to talk shit about this first seen clips of it. When I first seen it, I have like this weird thing like there's like only certain things that I can watch that depict Jesus, where I feel like okay, it might be okay. But there's like some things that I see that like they're trying to depict it. It'd be like they just doing it just for like theatric reasons.
I feel what you're saying. Like when I first showed my girl, she was like, "Oh, this is like satanic. Like they're gonna." Like,
Like when I first seen it, because I seen that when they posted in when like I first watched the first season, in the very beginning, it literally says that they added some things that were for like theatrics and shit like that. So I was like, nah. I don't. Then I'm like, okay, they're gonna start making things seem a different way. They're probably gonna make it look like he an angel.
They low-key did, but at the same time, when they give you that disclaimer, it's like, all right, bro, take the show with grain of salt.
Yeah, but like when I saw the dramatic, when they said they were gonna add like this shit for dramatic effects, I thought they were gonna do like crazy shit, like make Jesus like curse or some shit, or make Jesus do some crazy shit.
Oh nah, they
added it more so, like just like plot reasons, like how they got to the fact that he started preaching to this, or or what was Jesus like? Just an idea of what he was possibly thinking of before he went to Capernaum and shit like that.
I think what they try to really do is just make him as human as possible, as relatable as
Nah,
possible.
and that's why I love the show, because bro, it really, nigga, the amount of times I teared up, nigga, cause just hearing how like, and it made me like, it just made me really like think about it, and I was like, damn, like now it made
I
me
feel that. I feel that.
like I feel like I started to relate to it. Like it made me really think, like, damn, like I don't really bag it too much. Like I go to church now, like I'm trying to be like holy and shit like that, even though I'm a piece of shit, but like it still makes you think, like, damn, like the nigga was really a person doing that for niggas, and niggas still
Yeah.
fuck them.
I'm not gonna lie, that shit did make me kind of move different a little bit. Cause I was
Yeah,
like, damn,
facts, nigga.
oh shit, like, oh shit.
I be watching this. Dude, there's a nigga on YouTube that explains after every episode. He explains it deeper, like what the scenes meant and shit like that. And I literally said it when I first seen the first 2 seasons. I was always saying it. I was like, yo, why this nigga always look like he about to cry? Like, why they always make Jesus look like he about to cry for something?
Yeah, no.
And I watched the nigga explain it. Yeah, and it's because the niggas that he's with, even though they're just 12 disciples, he be frustrated because the niggas don't understand. It's like,
yeah,
niggas don't get it.
That, I remember one time that nigga that couldn't walk. I think his name is Little Simon. And
Yeah, yeah.
He was like, why would
Little James. Little James.
He's like, why would you do this? Why I ain't got no legs, nigga? You making me walk.
He basically, he told him, he was like, I see you healing people. He's like, I believe you can do it. He's like, but why don't you do it to me? And that shit moved me crazy because the nigga said, it would be easy for me to do it, but he was like, but how big is the message if they see a person like you healing others? He was like, how great of a, and that shit made me tear up. Cause I was like, damn, like,
that's nigga really mentality.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was like, nigga really broken niggas for that shit.
Left you in the same condition you came, just so you can have a better one, and so you could be humble when you understand.
And he's and biblically accurate. He's the first one that dies. He's the first nigga that gets killed.
Yeah, I haven't seen. Don't talk too much.
Fuck.
I haven't seen.
No, I'm not gonna tell you. I don't know if they're gonna show it now. I'm just saying, like,
No, they're
like
definitely
in the
gonna show
Bible.
it. They hint to that motherfucker so much.
I'm hoping that one of the seasons show.
Fuck, bro. These niggas is mucking right now.
In the Bible, Jesus went to hell for 3 days. So I want to know if they're gonna show that in the show. They're gonna try to depict that.
If they're
If they
showing
do that,
niggas like,
go to. If they do that, go to.
like, what's that nigga's name? Quintus.
You got it.
I know this nigga Quintus has a story development. It's not the end of him.
Oh, the One Punch Man.
Yeah.
That nigga, he be tweaking.
I hate Quintus, bro. I hate that nigga so much.
I like Gaius. Gaius is a cool nigga. I like Gaius.
I like the nigga Matthew, the autistic nigga.
Yeah, bro. It made me really. When I read the Bible, bro, it made me realize that low key the nigga might have. That's why they depicted him that way. Because in the Bible, he was actually very like he was very like anal about a lot of things, and that's a tick that a lot of autistic people have. Well, I actually like how they actually portrayed him like that. Like, I actually, when I first seen the show, I was like, why didn't this nigga dumb? Like, why he retarded?
Yeah, I was like, why he act like that?
But then I actually found out when you read the Bible, bro. After that's why I like the show, because they're trying to like literally like make it as biblically accurate as possible by using like the old like. Because I watch at the end of their live stream, they be saying like how they got to where they got to and stuff like that, and they be using like the most accurate manuscripts of like the Bible to use it and stuff like that. So I'm like, dude, if they portrayed that nigga as autistic, I'm like, he might have been autistic for real.
For real. I believe
it. He really might have been autistic, and that makes me. And did you know? I just found this out 2 weeks ago. Did you know that them niggas were actually all kids? They were never actually grown adults.
Bullshit.
Yeah, biblically it says that in the Hebrew tradition, that niggas would become students at the earliest age would be like 13 to 14.
Fuck.
But how do you know? But those same disciples though, because remember when he went back home, and then fucking they had that. Remember when he had that altercation with the rabbi, where they were like, oh, you remember Jesus? Like, and then the rabbi was like, oh yeah.
No, but they weren't disciples though. Those were people that he healed.
No, I'm saying, but like, you remember how he was saying like, oh, this was my old student. Like now Jesus is like a grown ass.
Oh yeah. No. Because technically, as a rabbi, you could have many students, but he claimed the 12 disciples. Like those were like the people that were always around him. Students, he's encountered people and like, he taught people. Like technically anybody could have said, but technically in Hebrew tradition, it was they were technically children. So when they died, obviously in the Bible it says that John was the oldest one. Like he's the only one that lived up to be like 90. I think he was like 98. I think. And he was the one that was said to live he lived the furthest. Like he lived a full ass life. But the
John
rest
the
of them,
Baptist. That's
no,
the nigga
John the
that was in
Baptist.
jail?
No, no, I'm talking about John, like the one that wrote the book of John,
Oh,
like one of his
okay.
disciples. John is the one that he lives until he's like 90 something. But the rest of them all die in like their 40s, 50s, like biblically accurate.
Don't they live
Because
like? Don't they live like to like 1500 years or some shit like that?
no, that was in the Old Testament. That was like I forgot who it was in the Old Testament that had they lived because it was like God's will. Like he had to have them. Like John the Baptist's parents had John the Baptist when they were like already like 80 something.
Damn.
They were like old people. God wanted him to be the, as they say, like pave the way for Jesus. So that's when John the Baptist came. But in Old Testament, I forgot who it was, but there were people that were like living until like they were like in the hundreds.
Mm-hmm.
But John is the only one. John is the only one that accurately lived until he was like 90 something. He technically, quote unquote, lived a full life because they couldn't kill him. Everywhere they wanted to kill him, he couldn't get killed. And then when they banned him from like all the cities, nigga wrote the Book of Revelations.
Damn.
That's when he had the vision because he couldn't preach to anybody. So that's when Jesus gave him the vision and brought him to heaven to tell him like, this is what's gonna happen.
Yeah, when that boy was in jail and they locked that boy up, I was like, damn, nigga.
Nigga, I cried during that scene. That nigga was in jail all the time. In jail. Because it starts to like when you really bag it and you start to think about it, it's like even Jesus was like terrified of like certain scenarios that would happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could tell, and then when you really think about it, like when people ask the question like, oh, like if he's God, like why would he be scared if he knows what's gonna happen and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
But when you like understand like what they mean by like nigga was really like half a man, half just with the essence of God type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
The nigga is just like us. So if the nigga had I keep saying the nigga, God forgive me, oh my gosh. He really just had like the same thoughts, the same way humans did. If you really bag it, like,
yeah, like
the same way if you like, yeah, you don't want to die, like you don't know what's like right now, like you could be like me, I 100% believe like if I die, I know there's another life after this, like straight to heaven, Jesus Christ, I'm about to die. So you shot me.
That.
But like I know, like I'm confident, like in that, like I believe in Jesus 1000%. I know for a fact if someone held a gun to my head right now and said like, oh, like, you think you're gonna see some shit? I'm gonna say yeah. But it's just like human nature to genuinely like still be like, oh shit, because no one knows what death feels like. Like you don't know what you're gonna feel, what you're not gonna feel. So I can understand like, and then that's what started to make me like understand like how it says like Jesus like when he knew he was gonna get crucified, like he went to the garden to pray.
Yeah.
He was praying to God. He was still singing.
Meditate like a motherfucker. Right here?
Yeah. And he kept praying about it. I was like, dude, it makes sense. Like, the nigga still, even though he was the son of God, he still, even him, didn't want to get cooked that way.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes you really think, damn, like it really was human. I want to see how they portray it in the show.
And then he went to his dad's grave too. That part was what fried me.
Joseph.
Yeah, he went to the tomb, and then his mom pulled up and shit. And I was like, God, didn't know he was gonna die. On top of that,
Damn. In season 4, it's super emotional. Like that one, I feel like that shit touched me crazy. Like,
did he get crucified yet or nah?
Nah. They're gonna they specified. No, they're gonna drag it because they specified because you know seven's biblically 7 is the number of completion.
Mm-hmm.
So they said they're gonna make 7 seasons. So they gotta stretch it to make it do it. But I'd rather them stretch it because
facts.
That's just low-key teaching me some shit that I didn't even know. Like, that guy, I started reading the book of John not too long ago. And that guy found out that Judas was a muck nigga before, like, he was a muck nigga. I didn't know that.
They showed that in the show.
No, I know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I started to see that, and I was like, oh, like I never think it was robbing niggas from the jump.
Yeah.
Like, I thought the nigga was like, I thought he betrayed Jesus like that same day. I just found that out. I didn't even know that.
Shit in him. That boy
I didn't even know that. The nigga was really he was mucking them out for mad long. I was like, wow.
You gotta have a nigga like that.
Because if you read the book of Revelations, it literally God has things that he don't have to explain to us type of thing. And I always ask, like, it never specifies where Judas went. It's like it doesn't say if like he was forgiven for whatever reason.
Oh, right.
Like it doesn't, because technically, if you really bag it, like if you start to think
I'm
about
not
it,
gonna lie, he got rid of that nigga, bro. He chopped cheese that nigga for sure.
nah, because if you really bag it, if you think about it, bro, what's his name? Moses killed somebody. God still used him. Jacob straight up fought God. Like if you read the book of Jacob, he literally challenged God, and Jesus came down because obviously that's God in human form. But before his name was Jesus, so in the Old Testament they call it the Spirit of God. But it says he literally fought the Spirit of God, and when he was winning, because he was a wrestler, like he was a fighter, like he genuinely was like a fighting nigga. And it said that when he was about to win, that Spirit of God, he popped his hip out, and that's how he became. That's like he had a permanent like hip damage. He couldn't walk normal ever again.
Nigga thought he was gonna beat that.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, when you really look at everybody in the Bible, they all did some crazy shit. I'm like, Judas was stealing. That's like some minor. That's like, I wouldn't say it's minor because it says not to look at a sin higher than another one. But he was just stealing from them.
He mucking out like fucking. What's Simon's wife's name? She wasn't fucking around doing no fuck shit like that. So it makes sense.
I'm not gonna cap. I don't remember any of them. I know Zebedee, which is the dad of James and Big James and John, as Zebedee. And I only remember his name because his name is funny as shit to me.
Yeah, his name. I like him though. He's a funny guy.
Zebedee. I like the nigga with the link that always walk around with the blind chick. That nigga funny.
Oh yeah, Barnaby.
Yeah, that nigga's hilarious, bro. That nigga's funny as shit.
Yeah,
he's funny. But that shit always make me think, because if you really bag it, again, it was prophecy in the book of Isaiah. It literally said it's supposed to happen to Jesus. It's supposed to happen. So, is it really not forgivable that he turned in Jesus? Like I always think about that. Like what like limits him from everybody else? Like,
I see what
because it doesn't specify. It really doesn't specify. Like, because bro, again, Jesus' cousin Rahab, she was a prostitute, and that was seen as some crazy shit back in the day. Matthew was a tax collector, basically taking niggas' bread. Simon, who became Peter, that nigga was just aggressive and all that stuff. The other Simon.
Wait, you said Simon became Peter?
Yeah, Simon becomes Peter. Like Peter in the Bible is his original name was Simon. He was the original Simon.
Why change his name to Peter? Because there's no Simon.
If you look back at Hebrew history, back in the day, you realize that the niggas in the Bibles, they were given those names by God for a reason, because all their names mean something. So like Simon meant a great listener or something like that, and then Peter means like the rock. And when he started to learn, because in the beginning Simon was I wouldn't want to say a doubter, but he was more so he was more so he doubts, but he was more of the stronger ones out of all 12 of them. He was the one that genuinely still believed no matter what. But if anything, he more so questioned Jesus a lot. So when he got to the point when he didn't question Jesus anymore, that's when Jesus was like, all right, your name is now Peter now, because Peter means a rock, and you're going to be the guy that he's basically the rational brain in the whole group.
Facts.
Like Jesus appointed him to be the nigga that when everyone starts acting crazy, like Peter's the one that's supposed to be like, all right, everybody, like we're going to do it this way, and leave it at that. Like, so that's why he got, and the other Simon was he's an assassin, or what they call him.
Yeah.
He's a zealot. So in the show, I like how they give him a nickname, but technically in the Bible, they never gave him a nickname. Like his name was still Simon. Like they left it as Simon.
What's the nickname they gave him in the show?
Because he's a zealot, they just call him Z. A zealot was like the niggas from his region. He's the brother of the nigga that couldn't walk. He's the brother. His brother couldn't walk. Like his brother got paralyzed. His brother was the one that was at that well, and Jesus was like,
yeah. And he believed in jumping in the water because it would heal him. Stupid ass nigga. I remember that.
And the nigga, that's the scene that got me into the show. That's literally the scene that got to the show. And I genuinely feel like it was God telling me to watch that show, because I literally to this day I'd never seen an ad about The Chosen ever. I don't see it no more.
Yeah,
but literally when I first seen the clips, I was like, nah, this show's ass. Like I don't like how this nigga he about to portray Jesus. I refuse to watch. I literally refuse to watch. Now one day I seen that clip. It was like a 30-minute clip that they put on YouTube. It was literally a commercial. It was an ad, a 30-minute ad, and I watched that whole scene where he was like, "Oh, like you really rather put your faith in this?" And he was like, "Has it worked?" The nigga said like, "Oh, I need someone to get me there." He was like, nah, yeah. He's like, I could tell. And then when he started tearing up, I told him like, oh no, I can tell you've been struggling or whatever. And then he said,
Every
just pick up your
day, that
mat.
nigga.
Yeah, he said every day for years. He's like, I know you've been struggling. And he said, pick up your mat. He's like, is it easier for me to tell you to lay here or to forgive your sins or to tell this man to pick up his mat and walk? And when he did that shit, I was like, okay. I was like, the music, the ambiance of like that whole scene, I was like, all right, I'm gonna give it a try. Nigga, I'm addicted now, nigga.
Yeah, that shit was like crack. I was so mad when them niggas took that like 2 months off or whatever, how long it took for the
It's
fourth
because
season.
it's because they're crowdfunded, so they make money
Yeah,
off of donations and shit like that, and
facts.
Netflix and Peacock, them greedy niggas wanted bread, so they was like,
Yeah.
yeah, you can, we want like a big ass portion, but they were like, nah, nigga, like all the production shit that we have, nigga, we need bread to do it and stuff like that. So
No cap. I was looking at that shit. I was like, bro, like the scene that got me there was when I saw him break the bread, when all the disciples were giving the bread out to everybody because they
yeah,
were like,
yeah,
oh,
that
there's no
uh,
food. What are we gonna eat? And the nigga, one good ass kid, he was like, yo, I got some bread and fish here.
yeah, he was like, all I
Brought
got
it
is
to the nigga.
bread and fish, and he said
I
start
was like,
breaking it up.
what? And all them niggas ate out. First of all, y'all niggas coming for knowledge mentally, bro. I don't know. I ain't saying nothing about feeding y'all. So now you gotta get all these
No, but
niggas food,
it's
bro.
like a custom back in those times. It's like,
Yeah,
oh, if
of
you got
course.
a nigga come over here, it's like to listen to me, I gotta feed the nigga.
Yeah,
Like,
you
it's
gotta
just a
get them
custom.
right, exactly. Because they traveled, they walked and shit. But
Yeah,
like,
and most of them
still,
came
it's
from
like,
mad different nations. Like you got to think about it that way too. Like back in the day, like they made it look so easy with them traveling. But like if you really think about it, like
BYOS, bring your own
accurate
food.
time. Yo, we're literally bring your own bread and fish,
Fuck,
nigga.
stop at McDonald's on the way. Fuck. Get a Big Mac. Sit down. What
Yo,
the hell? How
make a
that little kid
sandwich,
got
nigga.
food? Y'all old ass niggas don't got food. The little Jake got some shit. Fuck wrong with y'all?
A little nigga came more prepared to see Jesus before y'all
That
niggas
nigga
did.
saved the whole community. Goddamn.
Nah,
For
facts.
real.
That nigga really, he really say. I think they said it was over like 2,000. Like the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
group
yeah.
was like over 2,000, then it became like 5,000
And then them
later
boys
down.
said, them boys in the back said, we can't hear you. And
Yeah,
then
yeah. Yo, to really bag it though, like I always think about it, I'm like, dude, to live in those times, bro. I'm like,
nah,
imagine
yeah,
genuinely
different.
knowing that you were in the presence of God, like literally
Yeah.
God right
I
in
would do
front
the
of you.
same. I would do the same shit everybody in that motherfucker's doing. Everywhere he goes, I'm there. And I would have probably been a disciple knowing me. I would have been too locked in. If I
That's what,
saw
bro.
that, I
But
would have been
but
like,
that's the
yeah,
thing that
nigga, I'm
always gets me
following
mad,
this.
bro. That always gets me frustrated. Like I understand it was prophecy because it literally it's written. Everything that happened to Jesus, literally Isaiah said it in the Old Testament. Prophesies everything that was supposed to happen to Jesus, including the donkey. I just found that out yesterday.
What donkey?
Including the donkey, including him riding on the donkey. Remember how when he went to
Oh,
Jerusalem?
and yeah, I was
Because
saying,
when he goes to Jerusalem, that's like his last. That's his last stop. Like that's literally where he knows where he's gonna die and stuff like that.
shit.
Because it's prophesized. Like he literally says it in
Wait,
Isaiah that
what you mean
when he
his
go,
last stop though? Didn't he go there for like that event with his mom and shit? Like, doesn't he go there sometimes and
that's
then
that's
go
that's
away?
the event, the Palm Sunday or the Palm thing.
No, but you remember when he went there and then they were like, "Yo, like Rabbi, have Jesus preach," and then he preached and then he said some shit and
No, no,
everybody got mad at
that was
him.
like that was Bethlehem. Like he went back to where he
Where he
grew
was
up.
born. Got it,
Yeah,
got
yeah,
it,
yeah.
got it.
Because
That's where his
originally when
dad
he was
was. Okay.
he was born in Bethlehem, which is technically part of Jerusalem, but it's a city outside of Jerusalem.
Got you.
He was born there, but because the second he was born, all the kings came and they were son of God, like this is God right now in human form.
Mm-hmm.
They immediately wanted that show. So his mom and Joseph, they had to flee to Egypt. And then he went to Nazareth, and then he grew up in Nazareth. That's why I call him Jesus of Nazareth. He
Mm-hmm.
grew up until he was like 30 something. He was in Nazareth. And then where he's going to die is Jerusalem. Like he's supposed to be handed over to the Gentiles and crucified. So he knows that. So that's why in the Bible, he makes that his last stop because he knows that's the last place he has to go to preach his word. And then he literally tells his disciples, like, this is it. Like, this is
This is it.
he
Michael
literally tells them,
Jackson.
and if you read the book of John, he literally tells them, right when they're outside of Jerusalem, he tells them that after today, like I gotta make I gotta go fulfill my will in heaven. And he tells them that shit. He technically told them 4 times that he was gonna die, but none of them niggas caught on to it.
No, of course, you're not gonna
Yeah, in
understand
the
it.
Bible, it literally says that he told them 4 times that he was gonna die, but neither one of them wanted to like ain't process that shit. They were just like,
Or wanted to believe it. Like they probably thought of it in like a figurative, like if somebody's gonna hurt him. Like,
no, but bro,
no.
watching the show made me understand like why Jesus would say the things that he said in the Bible. Because when you really watch the show, bro, they really portray it perfectly. Like it shows how ignorant these niggas were.
I mean,
Like
yeah, you
even
gotta understand. They're fucking seeing it. Like I would be ignorant too, nigga. I wouldn't
no, but
understand.
that's the thing. Like I think about it now. Like I don't, I can't. Like me personally,
I might be scared of that nigga though.
That's what my sisters say. My sisters were like, "Oh, but like, how does God expect no one?" And you know what's crazy? 365 times in the Bible, the only phrase that's mentioned that many times is "Do not be afraid," because that's like a natural thing. Because my sisters, when I told them, I was like, "Dude, me personally, if I was on a boat and Jesus stuck his hand out and said, 'Walk on the water,' and the second I'm like Naruto on that bitch, nigga, I'm not fearing nothing. I'm like,
yeah, it depends on how long I've seen. Like, if I seen this nigga do some shit, and then one day he tries it on me, by that time I'll be like, all right, let's see what's up.
no, but that's
And
what I'm saying. Like in the
God.
show, when they show like all that stuff happening in the show, you literally hear him say it to them, like you've seen me do things, like you've seen me heal a blind person, you've
Facts.
seen me make a crippled nigga walk,
Like,
like
you know
you've
what it
seen
is.
you literally saw me take 12 things of water, put my hand over it, and it became wine. Like
Oh yeah, I
you
remember that
niggas
shit at the
see me,
wedding.
yeah, at the wedding. They
I
asked that
turned your
nigga.
bitch up.
He got them lit, bro, and it was the best wine they've ever tasted. They
Amazing
literally,
wedding too. I remember that. He put them on for real, for
yeah,
real.
and that's what I'm saying. That's what he tells them. He's like, dude, he's
Shit,
like,
I'm not gonna
you guys.
lie.
It literally says it in the Bible, in the book of Matthew. Blessed are you who see the things I've done, because not everyone sees it, but they're all heard about it, and they. So he's basically telling them, like, nigga, you niggas have seen it, and yet you act like the people from outside, like, y'all niggas acting like y'all don't know what type of time I'm on, type of thing. And that mind fucks me every time I think about that shit. It mind fucks me because I'm like, dude, how do you not like how as a human being could you have been next to Jesus in those times? See him make food, nigga literally put the basket in the sky and then brought it back down. That shit was full. How do you explain that, bro?
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that nigga
You
put that
don't.
shit.
You just can't, bro. He literally put it in the sky, closed his
Nigga said
eyes.
some words. Yeah,
Yeah,
and then brought it
and
back.
then
That shit
boom,
full.
food. That shit was full, bro. And then then when they looked at it, he literally said, "Y'all do the same thing." He said, "Raise it to the sky." And every time they brought it back down, like, how do you still question? Like, how do you not give your whole life to that nigga, like, fully after
Yeah.
that?
At a point, I remember that point where they sent them. He was like, "Yo, I got missions for all y'all boys. So you and you are gonna go. Big
Yeah, by
James, those,
twos.
yeah,
Yeah, he
y'all
sent them by
niggas go do
twos.
that shit." That was when I was like, "All right, bro. If y'all niggas don't got it by now, bro, y'all niggas
Bro,
need
and
to get the fuck
they
up out
still
of
did
here."
it when they were showing the scenes. They literally casted demons out of niggas. They were healing blind people, and them niggas still went back and was still acting like they don't know, like they
Acting like
can't
they
do
don't know
shit, bro.
exactly, like
Yeah,
exactly.
bro. And I always think about that. I'm like, dude, I don't know if that was like meant to happen because everything's prophesized and all that shit. But I'm like, dude, that's still so crazy to me. Like, I still can't process that in my head.
At the
Like, I
same
don't.
time, though, them niggas probably would have, if they did anything like else, like if they did the opposite, they probably would have tried to overthrow God if they kept. You feel me? If they were like, you know what? Oh shit! Like, as a human, bro, like that's what happened with Satan. Like a nigga's just gonna feel like, all right, bro, I have just as much, or if not more, power than this nigga now. You
No,
feel me?
but
He just
like,
gave it to me.
you can't multiply
Yeah,
food though. Like, you multiply food, bro. You're not.
that's what I'm saying. I'm glad. It's a good thing that they had that mentality because it's so easy for them to get into the destructive mentality of being like,
Nigga,
all
but I
right, you
mean,
feel
they
me?
technically already had it. Like, they literally portrayed in the show. These niggas kept saying like, "Oh, like, are you not here to overthrow Rome?" They kept thinking that because this nigga was doing all that crazy shit, they thought this nigga could do anything. Like, they thought that he could take down Rome all by himself, type of thing.
Ready up, y'all.
Oh shit.
Like, to this day, I'll never process that shit. That's like one of the, because it literally says when end times happen, whether you die now, later, when Jesus come back, it literally
They
says
thought that boy
he'll.
was gonna try to take down Rome, the Roman niggas.
That's okay, because technically, Old Testament. So the reason why Jesus, like, if you listen to his words clearly, like in the Bible, um, he always tells them like he came down to correct what they believed in. So he's not saying that the Old Testament is wrong. He's saying that the people which were like the Pharisees, which are the Hebrew teachers and all that stuff, they basically they had different like sectors of like the Hebrew leaders. So one sector would believe, oh, like if a woman takes off her headdress, she's like being like unholy because you're not supposed to see a woman's hair. But Jesus literally tells them when he comes down, he literally says, he's like it says nowhere in the Old Testament that a woman is supposed to cover her hair. He's basically saying like God gave you guys a word through Moses. You niggas took it and added onto
Y'all
it.
doing
Like you
your
guys
own
added,
shit.
yeah, y'all started doing your own. Y'all heard it and y'all started adding your own shit to it. So Jesus account multiple times says he's like, I'm not here to,
Oh
because
yeah, you're right.
Hebrews,
Because that's why they got mad when he started
yeah,
talking his shit.
because to them they're like, oh, are you telling us that our wrong? And he's saying, he's like, I'm not saying it's wrong. He's like, I'm saying you guys are you guys are perverting it, like you guys are making it something completely different. And then when he was yelling at the niggas on the steps, when he literally said, he's like, you guys are so worried about getting the best seat in the synagogue, and worried about to the very last crumb how much food someone should get. And he's like, you guys aren't even thinking about the bigger picture, like giving back to the poor. And it doesn't matter how much you give or take from them. Like, you guys are thinking like too anal about things, and and that's not what God intended.
You lost the whole point.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's like, you guys aren't seeing the vision clearly. He's like, and that's why I'm here. He's like, I came down
right now for sure.
And the part that literally made me realize, like, yo, us humans, bro, we really are pieces of shits. Because he was telling his disciples when they weren't listening one day, I forgot what episode it was, but he literally told them, you guys don't get it. He was like, I literally left heaven to come down as a human, and you niggas are really still being like retarded. Like, he's like, I came down for y'all niggas, and y'all niggas are really this dumb. Like, when I saw that, I was like, damn, bro. Like, I was like, nigga got a point. I was like, niggas spitting, bro.
That's how I feel when I go to Miami sometimes, bro. I be like, I left my crib to come over here, and y'all
bro, I don't leave my crib, bro. I gotta have a valid reason to leave my crib for some shit. If not, I really will find every reason not to go outside. Real shit.
Nigga said I left heaven.
He didn't say it like that. But he said like I was at the right hand of God.
Type shit.
He was created way before. He was created when God created the earth. Like, it literally says that he was there before the earth. So God already made Jesus. He just didn't name him Jesus. He was just in heaven. Like, it was just the Son of God in heaven. So imagine being a nigga in heaven, and then your father's like, yo, I'm gonna need you to go down there. You gotta be one of them niggas. And then the nigga gotta sit there and be like, yeah, I'm gonna lock in. And then you come down here, bro, and then niggas are just all mucks of shits. And no one's listening to you. You're showing them niggas shit, and niggas are still not listening to you, bro. You know how frustrated you would be, nigga? You were in heaven, nigga. You were in the best place ever, nigga, and you got dumb niggas not listening to you.
You know everything they're thinking, they're doing, all the bad shit they're about to do next.
Yeah, bro, and then you gotta deal with it, because it literally says, the shit that makes me sad, too, is in the Bible, but not in the Bible, like, someone, I forgot where I seen the video, but it literally says that, to put it into perspective, it literally says that every time you do something bad, it breaks Jesus' heart. Like, it doesn't make him mad at you to the point where, like, he doesn't want to fuck with you no more, because it says that, it literally, like, a lot of people say, like, he has more mercy and forgiveness than anything else. So you could be the worst person in the world.
It's just like if a bad
still love you.
keep acting up, you're like, damn, bro, like I'm not.
It's like stop, bro. It's like stop. Yeah. Like I told you 8 times already, and then it's like all they gotta do is blink at you, and it's like okay, I'll forgive you.
Tough.
But it literally says like if you don't get right with God, it does say at a point in time where God will literally just be like, all right, fine, stay like that then. And he literally turns away from me. I'm like, I'm trying my best not to get to that point.
Dude, did you ever see the Noah's Ark?
I've never seen it. With Mel Gibson.
I believe so.
Mel Gibson's that nigga exposed the Hollywood niggas. I've been peeping. He been doing a lot of like Jesus related stuff.
Yeah, I think it's that one. That's what got me into The Chosen. Because after I watched that one, that's when I was like, nah, there needs to be more Jesus like music, like not music, fucking movies and shit.
After the Chosen, bro. After The Chosen finished, I don't think I could ever watch anything else. I feel like The Chosen like topped everything I've ever seen.
Yeah, nah, actually not. That Noah's Ark shit is raw. I'm not gonna lie to you. That Noah's Ark shit is raw.
The Son of God, the Son of God movie. That movie, The Son of God. I watched that shit 3 times in one day. That shit was that movie I fuck with heavy.
The Son of God.
That's the one with like the nigga that looked way too pretty, like no homo. Like, the nigga looked way too pretty to be Jesus. He a young nigga. It's like the main. It's like the main one. That's the one. That's like the main. That was like the first. That was like the one Jesus movie that they had in English because the Passion of the Christ was in Aramaic. So I feel like you've seen it. I just don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, I probably seen it.
They make Jesus look the same in every movie, so I don't even know how to. That's the best way I can describe it. That he was
Passion of the Christ, though.
Yeah, Passion of the Christ was in Aramaic. That one made me realize because in that time that was Jesus' language, Aramaic. And the scene where it shows him talking to Satan, and the way Satan was talking in Aramaic, nigga, that shit low-key made me feel uncomfortable.
It was scary as hell, right? What are you talking about when he was in the tree, the serpent?
No. It was when he was actually like there, like he was present. That was when Jesus was he was doing like the 40-day fast.
Oh, and wasn't Satan like all white? He looked like Obama.
Yeah, he was a pale nigga. He was pale as shit, and he had the hoodie up. And that nigga saw Jesus,
like the Kermit
he
meme.
Says, nigga, yeah, the evil Kermit. And that nigga pulled up and he said some shit in Aramaic. The nigga was like, lie. The way he said it, I was like, nah, I don't like that. I was like, I don't like that. I don't like how he was talking. I was like, and that was a language that they spoke back in the, like that was, to them, that was normal. Me hearing that, I was like, nah.
Yeah,
I was
that
like, I
freaked
don't
me the
like
fuck
that.
out. I look here to
I was
watch
like,
it right now. I look to see that part.
the Aramaic, the nigga. The amount of times I watched that scene and like I never felt any different. I was like, nah, this made me uncomfortable, nigga. Like I don't like
Yeah,
how
no,
this
I
nigga
remember I
was.
used to watch that in high school when I was a jit, and like I first time I ever saw it, like I think like maybe before high school, like middle school or some shit. And
Nigga,
like first time I
you're the
saw
one
that, I
that
was
put me on.
terrified.
You're the one that put me on to that movie. I want to say I think it was Son of God. It was the one where it showed how this nigga Judas was getting tormented.
Was it on
You,
Netflix?
I believe so, but you're the one that got me into that movie because I remember you was telling me
Son of
how
God.
it did. You're the one that told me that you were like, oh, there's a where he was around kids, where like Judas was running away after he turned in Jesus, and he was running away, and a bunch of kids came up to him, and all their faces started to get distorted, and they started to look like demons and shit.
I gotta rewatch it. I gotta rewatch that shit
That
again
was
because I
that was the Son of God.
I
That was the
think I
movie.
remember that part. I think I do remember
He was getting tormented,
children.
and that was like one of
Yeah.
the theories why he committed suicide was because he was getting tormented.
Damn. Yeah. Facts. That makes sense. That makes
Nigga, you
sense.
don't remember that? Remember it was right after the. I still remember this night because that was like one of the nights that I actually spoke about God like openly. It was me, you, and Sean, and we was driving down that dark ass road right behind it was right by West Boca, that dark ass road, or that road behind West Boca,
Oh
like right
yeah,
before.
yeah.
And I remember
The
we were
high
all
school.
sitting. Yeah, and we were all driving down that road, and I remember we all talking about like some fucking like all godly stuff. And I remember that's when you brought up that scene, and then I ended up seeing it. That's how I found out about that show. I mean about the movie.
Damn,
That
I
was like
gotta
a theory.
rewatch
'Cause
it.
I always wondered like, because they say to this day like there's no actual like I don't know where people got the idea that he committed suicide, but there is like historical evidence showing that he actually did kill himself. It's just that they don't know how he died. They don't know how to confirm it. Like there's no confirmation, and that's what leaves me with the question like, okay, so what's to say that Judas can't make it into heaven?
Oh, I remember this nigga. I remember this. Son of God. Oh wow.
That's what I'm saying. That nigga, the one that they made a very like they made him way too pretty. Like the nigga was
Yeah.
every scene the sun was beaming on that nigga. And the nigga was just looking crazy.
Yeah, he looked crazy. Oh my God, he looked like a model. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
you shoot,
That's
bro.
that's the best way I can describe it. When I tell niggas which I'm talking about, I'm like the nigga, the one that looked like the one that was Jesus, but the nigga was mad pretty. Like they made that nigga look,
Jesus God.
they made that nigga look crazy, bro.
That's
But I remember
crazy.
that scene. The reason why I like that movie too, because just his voice acting, like he made everything sound like real as shit. Like when he was crying out to when he was on the cross and he cried out to God, he was like Father. Like when he said that shit, his voice cracked, nigga. And I heard that shit, I was like, wow. I was like, I really feel like that nigga was in pain for real.
So Son of God. Okay, so this is the movie with Judas in it,
Yeah, that's the one where I think
or is it Passion of the Christ?
no
I know
way I took
Passion of
that
the
back.
Christ was more vulgar. It was
No,
more
Passion
like
of the Christ showed like more bloody shit. Like it was super
Yeah.
bloody. Like that one showed like how bloody it really was.
oh yeah, Satan. Oh my God, yeah, the devil and this shit looked like Obama. I remember.
That's when that nigga was pale skin.
Yeah.
They literally try to make him look as much as a snake as possible. Like literally.
Yeah, it's Passion of the Christ. I remember watching this. Oh yeah, and he's holding a baby, bruh.
Yeah. That's and the baby, and then when you see the baby, look at the baby.
Big grown ass man.
Baby was a grown,
Baby
disgusting
got a
looking
social
nigga.
security and everything.
Yeah, bro, that shit was creepy. When I seen that shit, I was like, yo,
That nigga paid bills and everything like that.
it's a grown nigga, bro. Grown nigga. They had no reason to depict that scene like that. Like I still to this day was like, why did they show that shit?
That's I feel like that's so accurate. Just seeing that, I had enough.
That was them. That was apparently the time when Lucifer was trying to tempt this nigga crazy. Or he was trying to tempt Jesus.
Tempting for what? With the baby?
No. So technically, I forgot what. So you know who Enoch is?
Yeah, the nigga that went to heaven and wrote.
Yeah. So Enoch, he had his own books in the Bible, but they removed it not because it was like demonic or anything, but because he spoke about a lot of things that, again, there's a lot of mystery when it comes to like the Bible. Like obviously, everyone always has a question about shit. Apparently, this nigga wrote his own book, but the reason why I didn't get accepted by the churches was because it wasn't really talking about like Jesus or anything. It was talking about like angels that the
Aliens?
fallen angels that it's talking about like the fallen angels that came down to heaven and they had sex with humans. That's what made Nephilims.
Oh, okay.
Like that's where all that came from. Like people didn't just make that up. Like it was him saying that. Like he spoke about it, but they were trying to keep the Bible strictly to like, okay, this is what Jesus said and did, type of thing. Enoch basically made his own book based off himself. Like it had nothing to do with God or anything like that. So basically,
He was just documenting his experiences and what he
yeah,
saw.
it was basically him talking about like biblical stuff that he thinks that people should know about. But what it says about like the devil and like all that shit, like Lucifer and all that stuff, it says that fuck, where was I going with this? I said fucking Enoch and I just lost my train of thought.
You were talking about fucking where Enoch come from?
It was saying something about Lucifer. We said some shit about
Oh, the baby. You were saying I was like, why would Satan torment him with the baby?
oh yeah, so okay, so why he tempted him. So yeah. So apparently according to the book of Enoch, again, Jesus was around when everything was made. So obviously all the angels, including Lucifer, saw the Son of God, like they saw Jesus. It just wasn't his name. So when he became human, according to like all those old texts and stuff like that, the reason why Lucifer tempted Jesus was because he wasn't like 100% certain. Even though he knew he was God, he still was like hesitant. He was like, nah, I'm calling a bluff. Like, I'm gonna
try. Yeah,
Yeah, so when he was tempting him, it literally shows it that he uses the Bible against Jesus. Like he's able to cite scripture. And I used to have it in my Bible. I used to have it in my bio on IG. There was a quote that literally says the devil cites scripture for his purpose. Like to try to like corrupt people, he'll use the Bible against you and like try to misquote it.
That's like how Kanye's over here. Jesus is king, and then Yeezy porn.
And then he'll do some wicked shit. Like you use the Bible to get people to be like, oh, he's a good person, and then you start doing wicked things, and it's like, oh, but he's a good person, so he might be right.
Yeah.
So that was the whole thing with being tempted by Lucifer, was because Lucifer wasn't like 100% certain. It's like he was certain, like the way they depict it is that he was certain. It was just that he was still like testing the waters, kind of like he was still like, nah, I'm gonna fuck around and find out for myself. If this is really,
what do you do?
Yeah, so that's why. And then when he was tempting him, that was the main reason why he tempted him, was more so of like I'm gonna see, like maybe because he is the Son of God, maybe if I tell him like, oh, if you jump off this building, a bunch of angels will come down and grab you, and then I'll really get my proof that this is God for real. But then Jesus kept telling him, because every time he cited the Bible, he would say like, oh, like it says in the Bible that if the Son of God were to jump off of a building, an army of angels would come down, and his toe, it literally says like not even his toe would touch the floor. And then Jesus corrects him and says, yeah, but he's like, if we finish that verse, it also says not to tempt God. So it was basically proving that the devil will use the Bible against you and try to like convince you to do something. But that was like his proof right there, was that Jesus was basically like, nah, nigga, like you're reading me a Bible verse that I know the full like context behind it, and it's basically saying what you're telling me to do is literally tempting God. Like you're basically telling me like, oh, if you're really God, do this, and that's what it says. It says not to do that in real life. Like it says you're not supposed to just sit there and be like, because God will do it, but he'll do it in like the most crazy way. They say it's better to know God on your own than for God to have to show himself to you. So they say if that nigga does it, he'll do it in a crazy way. Like
however way, no cap. You're not
whatever happens, it's his purpose. Like it's his will. So if he shows you himself in like a crazy ass manner, whether it be like killing someone in your family that believed in God, and then that person like that brings you closer to God because you knew that person loved God. That's a lot. That happens to a lot of people all over. There's so many niggas that I know that they didn't fuck with, like they didn't believe in God or nothing like that. And then because a family member believed in God and they passed away, now they're in church and stuff like that. So it's like God will show you if he has to show you. Like he'll really do it, but the hole in the will. That's what I said, nigga. I started to lock in crazy. Nigga, I literally have like my own group of people, like a bunch of random people that I don't even know, would like literally hit me up, and I send them Bible verses like every single day. So I know niggas don't like to read. I know niggas don't like to read books. I know niggas can't read. Niggas can't lock in. This generation is literally cooked. You got TikTok, Reels. Everything is shorter than 30 seconds, and that's just really programming niggas to only have an attention span of like not even a whole minute. So I be going out of my way every morning, nigga. I be finding a verse, be sending it to mad people. I'm like, that's my due diligence to try to That's my good deed that I'm trying to lock in under. Cause I'm not trying to. I don't need God to pull up on me and nigga take away my leg and be like, yeah, nigga, you didn't want to walk to church that one time you didn't have gas, nigga.
You stay silent.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, I'm not trying to
Hop it out, boy.
And to think about it too, bro, there's third world countries, bro, that don't even got the chance to even. There's people in countries that don't even know the name of Jesus, bro.
Facts.
So it's like, while we still can, because they're already starting to censor the name of God and stuff like that in the U.S. Nigga, while we still can, I like to know as much as I can.
There's so much to learn, bro.
No, it's definitely a lot. Like, you definitely can. Because like I said, bro, I knew about the Bible when I was a kid. I just never paid too much attention to it. Now I'm like locked in, nigga. Like now I read the Bible. I know like hella things now. But it's like it's still not enough. Like I can be like, yeah, I know a bunch. Like I can tell you anything right now about the New Testament, Old Testament. But like the super details, like the finite details and like what certain scriptures mean and stuff like that. Like that I'm not too like good on stuff like that.
Yeah, everything's a metaphor and shit.
But it literally said Jesus spoke like that on purpose. They explained why he did that. He literally said that he does it because it shows who really believes in God. So basically, he said like those who have ears will listen, those who knock, the door will be answered, like stuff like that. Like the parable that he said. His disciples asked him, they're like, why don't you just say things straightforward? Like why do you always got to say shit? And like riddles and stuff like that. He said it. He was like, because he's like those who have the spirit of my Father. He's like, they'll understand the first time I say it. And he's like, and those who really want the spirit of God, he's like, they'll ask for themselves and they'll get the answer. He's like, but there's people that will really hear him say a parable and they're like, I don't get it, and then they'll just walk away. So that's why he said it. He's like, he spoke like that on purpose because he was showing everyone like, if you really want, like if you really want to know God, he was like, if you really have that inside of you, he's like, you'll understand it the first time I say it. Like, you won't have to ask questions.
It's like a hater blocker.
Yeah.
You don't get it.
So that's why he did it on purpose. He literally told his disciples, he's like, I do that on purpose. He's like, I'm not going to say anything straightforward. He was,
yeah, that's true.
He's like, these are for all the niggas that lock in. Their heart will show that, and he's like, and they'll ask questions. But there were so many people in the Bible that literally, when he spoke, niggas walked away. They would just be like, all right, this nigga just waffling. This nigga saying something. Nigga saying a bunch of shit.
Chatting.
Yeah, that's literally a lot of people, bro. The whole New Testament, bro, literally shows that. Hella niggas would just look at that shit and be like, bro, yeah, this nigga's just saying a bunch of shit. Or, oh, this nigga's doing black magic.
Yeah. I know niggas in Haiti would say that. Niggas in Haiti would be...
There's so many people, nigga in there is just, even like the Quran, all that stuff, like, their books and all that stuff, that's what it says. It says that Jesus was just a prophet who did, like, black magic. Like, but the Quran was written 600 years after Jesus, and they know more. I actually had a debate with Sean like last week. This is actually funny.
Sean?
Yeah, McCormick.
Oh boy.
That boy, he believed in Islam. He believed in Islamic shit. So I told him, I was like, nowadays, bro, people believe in Islam. They do have good ethical, like, morals. But if you actually read their book, bro, they go and rape. Their prophet had sex with a minor and married a minor.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of wicked shit, bro, and they don't like to hear it. But we literally had a debate about it, and then he didn't respond. He told me he loved me. I was like, I love you too, nigga. But I was like, you know, I'm not trying to see my nigga go to a damned religion.
Yeah, it's kind of like what you take out of it, bro. There's so many of them.
That's what I'm saying. But that's the problem, though. Like in this generation, bro, people take the good stuff and they don't even know about the bad shit that's in the Quran.
Yeah.
Like they genuinely don't even know. Like they don't even see that it says like all that shit about like doning rape of women.
Yeah. Like as part of the practice and shit.
Yeah, of course they don't say the word rape, but when it literally says that you can find a slave woman and you can mount her, even though her husband's alive. Like, nigga, it's just context clues. It's like, you know, that means, like, nigga, you just raped a slave. You raped a woman that you held captive.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's actually crazy. It's not
like,
okay.
It's not, bro, it's not, bro. And they still practice that shit, nigga. They still practice that. Like, this is my thing. Like, what I told my sisters, because my sisters are still kind of, like, new to, like, believing in God and stuff like that. Like, they believe, but it's, like, to, like, the details like that. Like, like when they see me, like, arguing with niggas on Twitter, like, oh, like, bro, your book is, like, saying like all this shit, to them, they're like, oh, but like not everyone believes in the same thing. And I'm like, nigga, but if you one God and you believe that the one God made these rules, but because these niggas don't want to believe in it and they do this, you're trying to accept it because I'm like, that doesn't make it okay, nigga. Like just because a nigga don't want to believe that Jesus said not to rape kids and them niggas said they could rape kids,
Right.
that doesn't make it okay, nigga. That shit, like that doesn't make it okay. You still gotta correct it, nigga. It literally says in the Bible, judge niggas righteously. You're not doing it out of hate. You're doing it to save them niggas. Like,
True. But at the same time, now with this whole religion thing and the way the free will set up, it's like,
nah, yeah.
niggas
Nowadays
don't see it
people,
like that.
and bro, and Jesus said it before he died. Jesus said it in the Bible. He literally said at the end, in the end times, like before I come back, he was like, there's literally going to be more people going to hell than there are going to heaven. And then he literally said there's going to be more opposing side than there are going to be on my side. And if you look at the studies right now, it's literally happening right now. Islam is the only religion right now that they're producing babies out the ass. Like, they believe in creating more babies and stuff like that, and then obviously they're growing into that religion. So, and if you look at the U.S., nigga, we're like declining in like society, nigga. Like, no babies, no nothing. Niggas are not having babies for whatever reason.
Because it's hot girl summer.
That's what I'm saying. Like, no one wants to have, no one wants to do all that.
God damn.
And it says in the end times, right now the statistics show that there's more people, not because people are converting to Islam, but because there's more Islamic, like, niggas are, like, producing children and shit.
It's becoming more populated.
I'm convinced, like, genuinely 100% of my heart, I'm convinced, like, there's, like, I give it, like, 10 years max before Jesus comes back. 10 years max. Only because if you actually read the Bible and look at all the prophecies and stuff like that, most of them already happened. Like right now, currently, as we're like talking right now, there's already a bunch of shit that's already happened.
Like, give me an example of one.
Like for example, like the sign. Jesus said that there's gonna come an adulterous generation, right? Look at think of females now, OnlyFans, stuff like that, right? Jesus, and to put it into perspective, you know how like they say God is outside of time and space. That same Bible verse that I'm quoting to you, what he told his disciples, he was saying it to their faces, but I feel like it was meant for us. Like what he was saying was meant directly for us, knowing that people in this generation would read it and see it. So what he basically said was there's going to come a time where there's an adulterous generation. There's going to be a generation where people are only going to believe if they can only see signs. You look at the world now and look at why people don't want to believe in God, because they're like, oh, I'm not going to believe in a floating man in the sky. Like, I have to see it. And he literally told his disciples the same way he sent them, like in the pairs of twos. He literally said, you guys have faith in me now, but you guys are going to learn to have faith in me when I'm not around. That's when you guys will really be powerful.
Yeah, that's the real important, yeah.
Is when you believe when he's not there. Like, you see the things that work around you, and then that's what makes you believe. Like, you just look at your life and be like, oh, wow, I did get out of this dirty situation in the past. Didn't even acknowledge that it could have been God that got me out of there. Like, it's just stuff like that. So he said that to his disciples. I don't know if you paid attention to the most recent, like, solar eclipse that just passed. So we had one in 2017, and the path that it took across the United States, it passed over 7 cities, and every city had the exact same name, which was it means peace in Hebrew. Salem. There were 7 cities that the eclipse passed over, and it was called Salem, right? Salem means peace in Hebrew. So people at the time were like, oh, it's a sign from God. God was calling for peace 7 times, right? So if you take that same path that happened in 2017, and then you look at the path for the one that just recently happened, it crosses the opposite way, but it makes a perfect cross over the United States. The same thing that happened in 2017 happened again this year, but over 7 different cities, and the 7 different cities were named Nineveh. In the book of Jonah, God told Jonah to go tell the city of Nineveh, which is an actual city. God told Jonah, go tell the people of Nineveh that they have 40 days to repent before they get judged, because in that city they were doing like a bunch of like crazy shit, like sacrificing kids, like stuff like that. So in the Old Testament, God judged a lot of old, like that's why they say like the God in the Old Testament is like a God of wrath, but it's not really a God of wrath. He only wiped out the people that were committing like the craziest things, like raping kids or sacrificing kids to him as if that was actually a thing, like stuff like that. So he told Jonah, you're going to go to that city. You're going to tell these people they have 40 days to repent and do that. Jonah denied it. Jonah said, no, I'm not going to do it. So Jonah was on a boat, and that's the story of the guy who got swallowed by a giant fish. Technically, people still say it's a fish. I think it's a whale.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
It's definitely a whale.
A giant fish.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, nigga, no fish can eat it. I mean, I can't say that.
Ready up, y'all.
But so that story was that he was supposed to go to Nineveh. While he was in the fish, the giant fish, quote unquote, he prayed to God and he finally said, all right, bet, I'm gonna do it. Like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna do it. God was like, all right, bet. And when the whale spit him out, he was already in front of the city of Nineveh. Like, the fish swam to Nineveh knowing that he was gonna say, all right, I'll do it. So he went and told him to repent. The solar eclipse that just happened recently passed over 7 cities that went over a city of Nineveh, right? The main message that Jesus told his disciples was, the only sign I'm going to show the generation, obviously the generation that he said was adulterous, the one that will only get a sign, he said the only sign that I will give them is the sign of Jonah. So people are now taking it now that because the solar eclipse passed over the city of Nineveh, that it was basically God telling the world again, like, got 40 days to repent because, like, stuff is going to start happening, right? So God can strike me dead right now if I'm lying, right now. God can kill me right now. I was telling all my, close friends and stuff like that. I was telling everybody, like, yo, like, I think this is what it is. Obviously, I can't confirm it, but I'm just saying, I feel like that's a thing, because he literally says he will, and coincidentally, NASA posted that while that eclipse was happening, we were under a constellation of a whale. Like, the constellation in space was literally a whale. They call it the whale constellation. So if that doesn't point out to, like, exactly everything that says in the Bible, like, I don't know what to fucking point.
Yeah.
Like, I could be crazy. I could, like, so what I was telling people, right? So mind you, keep in mind, 40 days, right? So I did the math, right? I was like, okay, if this happened, I think it happened August 8th is when it started. And I think June 18th, I want to say, was the day it finished. I think I was 40 days. I could be wrong, but anyways, I was outside talking to my homegirl or whatever. And I was like, because she was also like trying to learn about God and stuff like that. And I took my time out, bro. We were outside dummy late. I took my time out to like help explain stuff to her. She started to go to church and everything. I was helping her explain, right? Mind you, we're outside. And Jesus says when the times are ending, he was like, there will be little like signs that you'll see. But it's not really a sign to show people. It's like not many people will be looking out for it type of thing. And one of the signs is that he said that the moon will turn red randomly, right? So while I was talking to her, right, it was like, I want to say it was like 3, 4 in the morning. And I was watching the moon while we're having this whole biblical talk. I'm not even kidding, 6 hours straight throughout the whole entire night was just nonstop Bible talk, asking questions, stuff like that. I kept my eye on the moon. For some weird reason, I was watching the moon the whole night because it looked a little... And that's like one of my things that I like aesthetically pleasing, like if the moon... Like I like looking up at the stars like at night and shit like that. And so, for some weird reason, though, that whole night, I couldn't keep my eyes off the moon. Like, I was locked in for some random reason, bro. God can kill me right now if I'm lying. By, like, 3, 4 in the morning, I shit you not, I started to see the moon turning, like, a dark orangey color, right? So I cut my homegirl off, and I was like, yo, am I tell me if I'm tweaking, because I was like, I could be just tweaking out or whatever, but I'm like, but tell me that the moon didn't go from, like, a nice, like, yellow color that it was. Now it's turning, like, really, really orange. She was like, no. She's like, yeah, I see it or whatever. And she was like, that's crazy. And then that's when I explained to her what I thought was happening and stuff like that. Nigga, literally by 4:30 in the morning, that shit was like dark ass red, like dark red. So at first I was like, it said not to take things as signs. Like the Bible really says you're not supposed to look at things and be like, oh my gosh, it's a sign from God. Like you're not supposed to. So I didn't freak out. I didn't get all excited and shit. I was just like, all right, cool bet. Yeah, I was like, yeah, cool bet. I went on Google, I looked it up. I said, when's the next red moon or the next blood moon? Because I know that's what they call it. I was like, when's the next moon supposed to occur? NASA themselves said the next blood moon's not supposed to occur until March of 2025. That's the next estimated blood moon. So that was a random red moon that I seen at night, and I didn't see nobody post about it because no one knew about it. But I just found it so so funny that it just so happened to be that I was talking about God and like explaining the Bible to my
I see
homegirl,
that
like,
shit.
and then I see it. So I was like, so that's like one of the signs that I'm saying that was like that's one of the best ones that I know for a fact that I could be like, yo, that's that the 5 red calves getting sacrificed. There's niggas in Israel right now trying to get 5 red calves because red calves are apparently like the most pure kind of cows, and they have like no imperfections, nothing like that. And in Hebrew culture, you're supposed to sacrifice before you like speak with God. You're supposed to sacrifice 5 red calves.
Jesus Christ.
And they already announced it like on the news that there's 5 calves that Israel's trying to get across to their nation to sacrifice it. And it says when the new temple is built, that's where the Antichrist is going to be. But it also says that when the new temple is built, that's like one of the biggest like red flags that like, okay, you guys don't have much time because that means Jesus is coming. Like, and obviously if you're a wicked nigga, that's like probably the worst thing ever because he's coming down to like literally like judge everybody and like slaughter everybody. So like that's another sign that's been happening. It's like you have to know about the Bible and like know like a lot about the Bible in order to like actually see these things. That's like the one reason why I can stand on like 10 toes and be like, bro, the Bible is like the only thing that's the only book that you can put in my face and I'll then you say it's like 100% like truthful all the way from front to end. I don't think it's a coincidence that the shit that was written 2,000 plus years ago that niggas keep saying, oh, it's something written 2,000 years ago. Yeah, you're not going to tell me that something written 2,000 plus years ago is predicting everything that's happening today. Like, if you can't even explain that to me, then I don't want to hear someone try to debunk the Bible. There hasn't been a single nigga that tried to debunk why that shit is so accurate. So that's like that's like the shit that's happening now. The Euphrates River, it says that when the end times are happening, the Euphrates will dry up. That shit's on its last drop. Damn. You can look up the Euphrates River right now. That shit's on its last drop. That shit is drying out. It says because it's all building up for like the Judgment Day. So when it says when the Euphrates River dries up, that I think it's the 4 horsemen, I believe. That's where they're gonna travel to. That path that the Euphrates River. It says that's where they're gonna travel to.
Look at that shit's stone.
Dry. Look at what it looked like. Not even, bro. And keep in mind, for a giant river like that, it's one of the biggest rivers in the United States. That's one of the biggest rivers we have. For it to dry up as fast as it did, look at a picture of it in like I think it was like 2020, and then look at a picture of it in like 2021. That shit dried up immediately. Like it literally left puddles. That's all it left was puddles. And that's like one of the signs that the Bible says. Nowhere else says that. Nowhere else, not even science said that the Euphrates River was going to dry up for this reason. And nothing says
there's lost cities found in the Euphrates River.
Yeah, so underneath it, apparently, according to what like Enoch and everything says, underneath the Euphrates there's prisons, and it was where they imprisoned fallen angels. And archaeologists actually found giant ass caves, like really giant caves, underneath the Euphrates River. Yeah, and apparently people are saying that apparently quote unquote that the angels, because the angels are what causes like chaos and stuff like that, because they're fallen angels. So they're saying that they're the ones that cause like destruction and like hell on earth. And people are saying because they're empty, they think that they're like amongst us right now. Like that's why we're having so much. But I don't believe in that because, nigga, everything's prophesied. Everything that's supposed to happen is like literally God said was gonna happen. So everything that happens, that's why I take everything with like a grain of salt. Like I don't freak out. I don't say, oh yeah, this world is over. Like I say that shit as calm as possible, and I just accept it because, again, if I believe that the one man that really is God said it, who am I to say as a human being to be like, nah, I shouldn't be this way, or nah, you just accept it. God said your house is gonna blow up tonight, nigga. You just accept it. You don't question it.
Shit.
Nah, not even. If God said you're supposed to die in a car accident right now, let's say you had a vision and God says, yeah, you're gonna die in a car accident, nigga, you continue, you live your life normally, nigga. Clearly, he needs you for something. Because it literally says when Jesus went to heaven, he says he's preparing a place, which means he needs you for something in heaven, clearly.
So I hope he doesn't need an engineer anytime soon, because I'm not done.
Nigga, they make music in heaven, nigga. They talk about it.
I know. That's what I'm
they
saying.
Talk about
I hope
it.
this nigga don't find out about Pen Lab.
Nah, Bari. If that boy talks to you in a dream, yo, Bari, I need you, bro. Don't you know? I'll give you about like 3 days, get your affairs in order, Buddy, I'm gonna need you real quick though. We need to get the studio ready. Big day's almost coming. Big day's almost coming. We need something to be playing while niggas come into heaven.
He's like, Drake's on his way. Rick Ross is on his way.
we need y'all boys ready. It's like Coachella, but in heaven. God. We need y'all niggas set and listen. I'm throwing a big party, and that's what Jesus called it too. The crazy part, like all jokes aside, that's what Jesus called it. He called it a wedding banquet.
Dang.
So there's gonna be music. Obviously,
it's not gonna be the same shit, but it's like
it's gonna be it's not Ice Spice and nothing like that. But I'd be sick. Understand me when I tell you this. If I get into heaven, bro, come over here. Let me talk to you real quick.
Yeah, I'm not trying to hear a whole lot of red in heaven.
Bro, you mean to tell me you judge me for listening to her on Earth, and now I gotta listen to her here?
He's like, yeah, it's my child. You know what I'm
saying? Imagine he's like, yeah. You see the little dance you be doing?
He got the clean version only though. It's only clean versions of every song.
I'd be sick. I'd be so sick. I'd be like, nigga just playing Kid Bop. Nigga playing Kid Bop in the sky. Nigga dropping Kid Bop music in heaven. I'm sick.
They got the Cars soundtrack.
What bring me to peace though is because for mad long, bro, I was in my head because I was like, yo, like, I wonder if God understands like of humor, like how right now I'm making jokes and shit. I was like, I wonder if God like.
Dude, my life is God understanding humor. My life is literally God's sense of humor. Like, bro, I'm talking about, like, nigga, God will put me, like, right now, a girl I'm talking to, bro, I met her at a porn star party. Nigga, tell me how she's the sister of a girl I used to talk, like, her stepsister. I used to talk to this stepsister in, like, 2019, bro. Somehow, this bitch disappears, and I find her sister, and, like, they're both talking about me, like, oh my god, I'm going on a date with Jordan, da-da-da-da, and they're related. I'm like, dude, God has to be laughing. God, when I met her, God has to be like, hey.
But apparently, I literally have the whole scripture tatted on my ribs that God puts you in situations that He has a purpose for everything, that nothing is done to you to harm you, and everything that happens to you, even if it's the worst situation in your life, it literally says God doesn't put anything in front of you that you can't handle.
That you can't handle for sure. Like that car accident I just had. Now I'm about to rack out, nigga. I know what he did. Immediately as soon as I saw the Tesla logo. I was like, yes.
Bro, there you go, right there, rack up, bro. You really milk the pain, bro. Milk the pain. You tell them niggas you can't play. Tell them this is what my cousin Shrimpy did.
I got a herniated disc.
Yeah, bro. My cousin Shrimpy, this is what he did. Nigga was perfectly fine. We told that nigga to tell the lawyer that the nigga had to stop playing basketball because of it.
Yeah, somebody. I was recording somebody recently. They were like, yo, tell them you're an engineer, bro, and you sit for hours, and tell them you can't sit and engineer as much because your back hurts. Yeah.
You just tell them something that like it's something that affects your career or something or your livelihood, and then niggas will give you the most amount of money. Nigga, Shrimpy cashed out on like I think he got like 25K.
That's savage. And my car is already 10K in damage, so I already know I'm getting more than that. And the nigga's insurance policy is over like $100,000. He got
reparations. You could say reparations for that. You could could even use you could say your girl broke up with you because nigga you couldn't get up and walk with her to the mall. Nigga, I'm telling you.
Crazy. Yeah, I missed that on Paris. I missed that on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you could say you couldn't go nowhere. You couldn't sit on a flight for too long because your back was hurting. Oh. And you didn't want to take pills because you don't want to you have a history of family being addicted to pills. Bro, you can say anything, bro. Jeez. Them lawyers, nigga, blessed that they can even win. If they win, their credibility goes up. Now their face card is up, nigga. Now you can
I have like a perfect case for shit like that. So
yeah, there you go.
This is really about.
And it's a Tesla, nigga. Nigga, get Elon in the courtroom. Get Elon in the courtroom too. Tell him you want Elon directly. Because Elon Musk.
You know what happened? This nigga hit me going 50 miles per hour, first of all. The nigga skipped like 6 lanes, and on top of that, like, bruh, aren't you in a Tesla, bruh? Like, my car...
Nigga, it's supposed to have sensors. Their car's supposed to have sensors, bro.
There's a Toyota I drive that shit, bro. You can't even peel off without the seatbelt. So how the fuck are you flying at me 50 miles per hour, and you slam into me nothing?
Get that nigga Elon in the fucking courtroom. You can sue Elon, too. How you sold a nigga a car that's supposed to have a sensor? No sensor.
And then you come hit me out of the street in a while. And I'm going the right of way too. I'm just driving straight and come out nowhere.
Listen, the Lord knows not to get me into no accident. I always say it all the time. Because every time I'm almost in an accident, nigga, the niggas barely miss me. Like it's just enough to where I can it's like alright, cool. Like none of us got hurt. Nigga, I always say it. I'm like, nigga, the day the Lord accident, nigga, and it could be the most minor thing ever, nigga. Like literally just a scratch. I'm kicking my windshield out, nigga, and I'm I've always said that shit. I'm like, nigga, that's my come up right there.
I
That's
was
my come up.
screaming and a whole bunch of shit. I had
Oh,
glass in my
nigga, I'm
shoes and
taking a
shit.
piece of glass, nigga, and I'm cutting my face. I'm doing the most, nigga. Oh God, I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing the most. But I'm telling you, God knows. God knows my heart and knows that I would do some nigga crazy like that.
Mm-hmm.
I
No,
feel
I'm
like that's
going to.
why.
I'm about to. I got
I'm
pictures
telling
of
you.
that nigga Kevin too. That nigga Kevin all over my
Oh, and that
phone. I
nigga
got his.
Kevin?
Mm-hmm. That's his name, Kevin. I got the pictures of this nigga, bro, are so fucking funny, bro. He
25
look.
to
You
life,
don't.
no chance of bail or parole, nigga.
Yeah,
Try to
you don't want to be
get
him,
that,
bro. Like
get that nigga
when he was on
locked
the
up.
scene, bro, there was random ass pedestrians that saw me on the sidewalk and looked at my face, and like there was blood all over my shirt, all over my face, my mouth. And they were like, some girl was like, "Oh, are you okay?" And then I turned around, she's like, "Oh
I
my
was like,
god!"
no.
And she looked at him, and then she was like, "What the fuck?" And then like that's when he was just standing there looking at me, and like took a hella pictures of this nigga. And his face just looks so terrible. Like he looks like he's having the worst day of his life. I
Oh, that
feel
was
him
what
though.
it's like. To know that you're in an expensive ass car and then tap a car that's way less, like, it's a Toyota,
Nigga, you know
nigga.
what car he
Nigga,
hit?
your light flashes before you.
He hit the Camry, bruh.
The red one?
The OG Camry. Like the first car niggas was the black one.
Oh,
He,
nigga, reparations, nigga. I would have faked my
yeah,
death, real shit.
yeah,
Right there. I would have like, y'all
yeah,
see my car?
yeah. Oh
Y'all
no no
see
no no
me?
no. That dude, the way he hit me, bro. He literally like he precisely hit the driver door only. Like literally all the damage is on the like my hip, where I would be driving.
Oh, so you
Like,
injured for real? You injured for
yeah, yeah,
real?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
bro, I'm
Milk
talking
it,
about
milk it,
50
milk it.
miles per hour. The nigga flew at me while I'm going like 30, just speeding up, maybe 40, and then,
Yeah.
yeah, like slams me.
Milk it, milk it,
My
milk
car
it.
is turning the direction he came from. Did a whole
Yeah.
180. Like this is not regular. God damn.
That's it for him. Fini for that boy. That nigga ain't never gonna see a Tesla again in his life.
Oh yeah, yeah, no. He's not. He's chilling.
That's it.
That boy is chilling with the dogs.
That boy, no more testing.
Kevin.
You got
And
a
he had
kid in
his
the
son in
car?
the car too. Yep.
Yeah, and you driving like that nigga with a child?
Legit popped out the back looking scared as a motherfucker because he saw me. He
Oh,
was like, he thought I was gonna die.
I thought you were gonna say that nigga popped out the car. I was about to be like, nigga flew out the window.
No.
Nigga dead. Nigga died. Oh, rest in peace, Lil Timmy. Lil Simpson.
Nah, that boy is straight. That nigga was hiding though like a motherfucker.
That's scary for a kid, nigga. What the fuck?
He's like, oh my god. Like,
Nigga, I'll never forget when I was a kid. Me and my grandma got into a car accident. Nigga, we got squished. Nigga, like a car in front of us hit the brakes, and a truck drove over all the cars. Crashed into the first car, drove over our car. The car behind us crashed into the back of us, so we were like sandwiched in. Nigga, because I was so small, nigga, I felt nothing. Like I was just in my car seat chilling. But nigga, seeing that shit though, nigga,
Yeah,
I was like,
dramatic.
oh, nigga, I thought my grandma was dead, nigga. I was like, oh fuck. I was like, yeah, we're cooked, bro. I was like, we're cooked.
yeah, something bad.
When I saw my grandma on the floor, nigga, I was screaming. I'll never forget that day. I was like, oh shit, like I just seen it, my grandma dead on the floor, just covered in blood. When I saw her open her eyes and she like touched my face, I was like, oh my goodness, bro. I was like, I take back all the I make about car accidents. The niggas flying out the front shit. I was like, that is not some shit you can see.
Yeah, that's just not cute.
Nah, that's
just
not.
cute. Not for
So
no
the kid
reason.
popped out the car. First thing in my head was like, oh.
Oh no! When I saw that kid pop out the car, I got so much even more mad, and that's when I was like, all right, bro, like, nah, nigga, I got this shit.
God, you driving like
Take
a
me to
muffin.
I told them boys, take all my studio equipment out of my car. I brought my whole studio to
Oh,
the car. I mean, to
nigga,
the,
and you have the equipment. Nigga, you're locked
Yeah.
in. Nigga, you're locked in. You're locked
I
in.
was on the way to a job interview too,
Oh, nigga, you're locked in.
and I
Nigga.
had the proof of me texting them. I was supposed to be there at 4:30, and the car accident happened at 3:09 or some shit.
Oh, nigga, when I tell you you're about to cash out, nigga.
Yeah, I was like, nigga, this is the day.
Nigga, that's it, bro. And there you go. Now, bro, this is your thing. What you gonna do with that money?
Now
This is-
I've been
This
looking
is
at
God's
shit to
test, bro.
reinvest.
This is
Yeah.
God's test, bro. Because it literally
It's
says
like
not
my
to make
one
God
come
your.
up.
This is not to make money your God. Like, don't start crashing out with the bread because you got the
Oh,
bread
hell
now.
no. Hell no. I'm gonna
Nigga,
just
do
invest
shit.
that and start doing like fucking real estate or some shit, like buy an Airbnb or like
You
buy
could.
hella
A lot of
vending
them.
machines.
Yeah,
Or
a lot of niggas do that shit, bro.
something, bro. I gotta do something because I know I'm gonna get more than 10K and I know I'm gonna spend that shit. I can spend that shit so easy with the places I
You
can
still
be at.
produce, right?
I produce, I engineer, I record, I do
So
everything.
take that, and just put the money into marketing. Market that shit.
I could, but I want something that's gonna guarantee me money back. Like, I need something that I know is gonna bring me a passive income, so that I could, give this chunk. Like, let's say I just.
I mean,
drop a
right
little
now,
10K.
honestly, it would be difficult because, like, I hear you on the investment shit, like the real estate. But if you really
Real
bag
estate
it,
might
bro,
be crazy, yeah, but
nah, if you really bag it right now, nigga, the economy's shit.
Yeah, I know. My homie told me that because he's trying to look for a place, but
The economy is
like
dog shit, nigga.
like
Like,
trading or stocks or some shit like that. Like that might be something else.
definitely
I
do your
started learning how to.
research on stocks, because nigga, I tried that shit and my brain just wouldn't let me comprehend it. That shit was definitely not for me.
Nah, I be doing that shit. I used to do that shit. I was paper trading for like a good like couple months, and like I
You can
learned
make
the.
good money. I know one of my homies, like one of the random people I just met randomly to talk about
Mhm.
God and shit like that. She was
Mhm.
telling me how she does day trading.
Yeah, bro, that
She
shit.
showed me her she literally showed me her laptop and everything. And showed
Mhm.
me the amount of bread that she pulls in a day, nigga. It's like $400, $300 a day.
Yeah, you could if you're smart and you're not greedy and you know the
Yeah,
charts and you
yeah.
know how to read, bro, you could do it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not too big on I'm too fond on the
You should
damn
fuck
like
with
my
it, bro, because they have paper trading, which is like fake money. So you could literally be like, all right, let's test out $100, right? I'm gonna put $100 into Japanese coin right now because it's 7 o'clock and right now it's up, whatever the fuck. And then you put that little, you know, you could put even $30. And then if you just watch the chart right, you put your money in at the right time, like
oh,
when
and
it's
it
a
goes
low
up,
price.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You sit there, bro. Your little $30 can go to like $200 real quick, and you just gotta pull it out and not be greedy. Because the same way it goes to 200, it can go to negative 200,
Yeah,
and then keep
it'll
going
drop
lower.
right away. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and keep going lower. And by that time, you'll be. I've been negative $1 million using that paper trading shit, nigga. Now, I've seen that shit, but I've made 80K. I made
yeah.
80K off
Nigga,
of it too. So it's
I
like,
see some shit. Shots, you owe like you're like negative 2 million. There ain't no way.
yeah,
So how
nah,
nigga
G
crack me?
shit. Oh God,
I nigga cracked me with some.
baby snipe,
There I
baby
go.
snipe, baby snipe.
There I go. Loki trying to convince me to do. Oh, I have like a I wouldn't say a gambling problem. It's
Yeah,
just
it
I
feels like
don't.
gambling.
That's
It
what I'm
feels like
saying. Like
gambling.
I don't. I just know myself. I know like when I make some type of bread, I'm like fuck it, I can make more. And I'll keep doing it. The niggas are low key ass. They just hit me with a grenade launcher.
Fuck. Too many of them, boy.
Boy, he locked in.
He got me. I bet back. I'm gonna make a call.
Dang. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember because I was talking about the Bible. I don't remember, was this game or the last game? I was locked in. I killed like 3 teams. I like these lobbies though. These lobbies are, there's some smooth little lobbies that we get. So apparently tomorrow they're gonna open the. Aaron Miller?
No, you stopped. You said apparently tomorrow.
Oh, that shit cut out. Apparently tomorrow they're opening the vault tomorrow.
Yeah, no. Xavier comes out tomorrow, or Xavier, fucking Magneto.
Well, he does release, doesn't he? Like,
Literally tomorrow.
yeah, 15 hours. Oh man, I'm about to be Logan.
Are you going to work for the rest of this week?
Yeah, because technically I don't start till next weekend. At least if I work this week, I still get paid. They'll still
Yeah.
pay me next week while I'm doing that. So I'll pick up my little scraps. But just know, your boy ain't taking nothing serious.
I say fuck all
Not
that.
going in there. Trust me out, bitch. Fucking pulling it. Taking 2 hour breaks. I'll clock them out for them breaks even again.
This shit crazy.
There might be a Hulk versus Wolverine fight.
In the movie?
Yeah, because that's like one of the biggest like comic like things that people loved was
Yeah,
Wolverine versus
that's
was
crazy.
the Hulk.
That's my favorite type of
So
fight.
people were breaking down the trailer, and you ever watched Thor Ragnarok?
Yes. No, I haven't watched
Remember?
Ragnarok. No, Ragnarok.
Okay, so when you watch that movie, you'll see like the Hulk is in that movie, but that was like when the Hulk controlled the body. Like Bruce Banner couldn't control the body anymore. It was 100% Hulk, and they had him in like a room, like a gladiator room, and his bed was like a giant like monster mouth with like a mattress in the middle. Like there was teeth in it. Like you can see
Mm.
the teeth on the side of the bed. In the Deadpool trailer, you see Deadpool is laying on that same bed with the same bed sheets and everything, and you see the teeth in the bed. So people are hinting that because they're going to be traveling through like the multiverse and timelines and stuff like that throughout the whole movie, that they're going to end up in that timeline where the Hulk is like in control. And since it's the gladiator version of Hulk, he's going to want to beef with these niggas when he sees them. And it might be a Wolverine versus Hulk. That movie cannot come any sooner, nigga.
Nigga, I gotta buy a ticket, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to watch it first day, honestly.
Yeah, I got you, family. The hell? My brother's coming. We're getting love seats, nigga. No homo. Top balcony, nigga. Only the best for my nigga. Down. We're watching that shit first day release, nigga. Mark my words.
I appreciate you, nigga.
Mark my words. When I get paid this week, Friday, I'll pre-order the tickets. Nigga. Locked in. I want to hear more ifs, ands, or buts, nigga. We're seeing that shit, nigga.
Sheesh.
Same way we see in the Spider-Verse, nigga. We're seeing this.
I can't wait for the second Spider-Verse, nigga.
They still haven't announced like a date. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know why they pushed it back. They delayed it. They said that they delayed it again. They have to do some final editing and stuff like that, or they're adding more stuff to it to make it better.
Oh, that's just lit.
They better do some crazy shit. That's another thing. They also announced too that in the new Spider-Man movie, like Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, they're starting to shoot it this fall. They're gonna start shooting Spider-Man 4. Apparently, they've already casted Miles' parents. Now they're gonna try to start pushing towards like a live action Miles.
Mm.
So they're saying they're gonna have the parents in the movie, but I don't think they're gonna show who Miles is yet. But according to like what their reports say, they're saying that technically Miles would still be too young to be Spider-Man yet. But they're giving you the hints that like okay, he is coming though.
Sheesh.
Nigga, a live suit action, like a live suit of Miles Morales, nigga.
What's up?
It's gonna be
I'm
so
ready.
fucking crazy. That's gonna be so crazy to see.
I'm ready.
Miles Morales.
Ooh.
The actor is gonna be hard to find though. The nigga that voice acts him wants to be him. That nigga, he looked nothing like Miles Morales.
That would be cool, actually. The nigga, the dude in Spider-Man, in the
Like the
PS5
voice actor
version.
for the yeah, that's what I'm saying. That guy, I would say him, but
Isn't it the
he's
same
actually
nigga?
the one from the video game is literally that's actually the guy in real life. Like that's what he actually looks like. They just made him look younger in the video game because in real life he actually looked like a grown nigga. Like,
Honestly,
he
with
actually looked like
CGI, they can make him look young.
no, they could definitely with makeup and everything.
Yeah, they could definitely, especially how the graphics now are for computers and shit.
No, they definitely can, but I think what they're trying to do for is they're gonna make something like more original. Like they're gonna try to give it like a yeah, it's Miles Morales, but it's also like a live action like exclusive. Like this is like we made this. Like you won't see this on like anybody else's shit.
So that's for Sony.
Well, they're in collaboration with Sony. I don't know who has the rights to Miles Morales. I think Marvel might have it because they never did any. Sony never made anything with them. I mean, technically they have. The character is definitely with Sony because they make the video games. I don't know the
Nigga.
details behind that, but like the reason why this Wolverine shit is such a big hype is because they were owned by Fox the whole time. Like the character of Wolverine.
Wolverine.
So like now that he's officially in the they're gonna try to milk it because I'm not gonna lie, Hugh Jackman kind of old now. You can kind of see it in his face.
That nigga
So
getting tired.
Nigga, they gotta lock in. That means they gotta get as many movies out of that nigga as possible as X-Men.
Sheesh. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Not to cut you off, but Chick-fil-A sounds so good right now.
I've actually been doing very well. I actually have not gone to Chick-fil-A in so long. It's been a little minute.
What? It's been a minute since I went to Chick-fil-A. I'm about to order it. I don't know what nigga.
You know they deliver? Like, you know they have their own little Chick-fil-A car?
Yeah, I be seeing it all the time outside.
Nigga, I've never ordered them niggas.
Yeah, no, that's wild. I mean, they right
They,
there. I would if I needed to, honestly. I'm not gonna lie, but nah, it's time to get that Chick-fil-A. Seriously.
what you about to get, my boy?
2 chicken sandwiches, 1 fry, 1 large fry,
Mm-hmm.
milkshake, large drink.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yup. Cool little yup.
That's all I need. That's all I need
I
right
had
now.
half I had half of a pub sub, nigga, and I've been sitting on my ass ever since.
Oh yeah, the pub subs do you right, man. Oh my gosh.
I only ate half of one. Nigga, I got the other half waiting for me.
Yeah, well, hater, you about to bust down, huh?
So I'm saying you gotta be efficient. You
Nigga, I
gotta save
saved the
the
pub
bread.
sub for the next day. Okay.
Nah, I'll be doing that sometimes. Like sometimes if that shit really bust my stomach up, I'll really save the other half like the next day.
Like, why not? Sheesh. $40.
My boy,
Crazy.
it's not worth it.
$40 is crazy.
Nigga, Ryan Garcia spit a bar on Twitter. Nigga said, "Why did Lucifer fall from heaven?" And he put in quotes, "Pride."
Woo!
Pride Month is over.
5 months is over. I'm not gonna lie, nigga. Yo.
Is it worth it? I'm cautiously. $40 can get you a lot.
Oh, that's not my money. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, it's even worth. Okay.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I think I have an expired account or some shit, like a card that I haven't used in a while, nigga. But there's this thing I'm doing with fucking DoorDash. And hold up.
Oh, like you put the expired card in and it tries to take the payment.